This sweet crust is an all-round great recipe. It's a slightly sweet, short crust pastry that's perfect for things like French fruit tarts or my passion fruit meringue pie, which are no bake fillings, all the way to baked tarts like my creme brulee, which has a wet filling that is baked further. This recipe can be used for large pies and small ones too. Begin by adding the flour, powdered sugar and vanilla extract to the bowl of a food processor and blitz that for about 20 seconds to combine. Add the butter and pulse until you reach lentil-sized pieces. Just a note that butter is cold. It's really important that it comes straight out of the fridge, and I've just cubed it up into smaller pieces so that my mixer doesn't break. Add the egg yolks and blitz until small clumps of dough form. If you can bunch it together in your hand, then it's ready. Turn the crumbly mixture out onto your workbench and bunch it together without kneading to form a rough disc shape. Then wrap it in plastic and chill it for 60 minutes. Dust your workbench with a little bit of flour and add your chilled dough on top. Then slowly start rolling it out. Now, as you see little cracks form on your dough, you want to just pinch those together as you roll, just to keep it from just letting those cracks grow as you roll. Roll this out to about 14 inches in width. Today we're going to be using a 9-inch tart tin, so you want to make sure this is 14 inches wide. Once you reach that measurement, roll it up onto your rolling pin, which makes it so much easier than just picking it up with your hands, and then unroll it over your tart tin. This part is really important, guys. You want to make sure you lift the dough into the bottom of the tart tin rather than stretching it. If you stretch the dough, it'll shrink as it bakes, and the top of your tart won't be nice and uniform and straight. Speaking of getting nice straight edges, a little trick I've learned is to use your rolling pin and roll it over the top of your tart shell, and it cuts it away perfectly. Get rid of the excess, and we're going to prick the bottom with a fork. These little holes that we're creating, it's going to help prevent this from bubbling up as it bakes. Another insurance policy to stop it from bubbling up is to scrunch up some baking paper and add it to the bottom and sides of your tart tin. Then fill it with some baking beads. I'm using chickpeas instead. It basically does the same thing. This is going to go on top of a baking tray and into the oven on 160 degrees Celsius for 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, carefully and slowly lift out the baking paper with those baking beads in it. Pop those into a bowl and let them cool down. And we're going to bake this for a further 10 minutes or until it's nice and golden. This is ready for your yummy fillings. As it is, you can put wet fillings that need further baking, or you can just use ready-made fillings that just need to chill and set in the fridge. One of those pie recipes which I mentioned earlier is my passion fruit meringue tart. It's got a gorgeous passion fruit custard filling, and then it's topped with meringue, and it is so delicious. You can find the recipe over on my website, thescranline.com. That's where you're going to find the recipe for this sweet tart crust. It's a great all-rounder. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, make sure you subscribe, and before we head off today, I want to show you what I've made on my other channel, The Scranline Everyday. This week on The Scranline Everyday, I'm going to show you how to make an absolutely deliciously salty and sweet treat. We're going to be making honey baked feta. It's feta cheese which is really nice and salty, wrapped in phyllo pastry which is nice and crispy, and then drizzled generously with honey and black sesame seeds. This is a real treat, a great appetizer, and it's a real crowd pleaser. The recipe for this and the sweet tart crust is over on my website, thescranline.com. Link for that is in the box below. And if you check out my second channel, make sure you subscribe. I'm loading loads. I upload once a week there, and if you've got suggestions on recipes you'd like to see me make, let me know in the comments down below of those videos. See you all on the next episode of the Scran Line.